Hello. Whoop, that was not meant to happen. Apparently it had loosened itself. That's okay. Hello, welcome. Hello, Kangafango. Hello, Mr. W. You're joining me, not tonight, because, as you can see, it is not nighttime yet, which I'm really quite excited about. No, it didn't fall down, it's just there's a... Okay, maybe I can get it in frame. Maybe not. Yeah. There's a little screw here. On this side, there's a little screw there, which if you loosen this, you can tilt the microphone back and forth. And that had apparently loosened itself over time. So, yeah, it just kind of flopped backwards as opposed to falling down. So, hello. Evening, W, how are ya? How are ya? Hi, I'm fine, thanks. Right, yes. Hello, Shared Eyes. Hello, Shared Eyes. Yes, hello to the both of you, and to anybody watching without an account, and to anybody watching this archived. So, actually, mic fell down. Yeah. Oh, why? Stream title: Help her along. Shared Eyes. Oh, yeah, that one. You mean the screw, or the root? Right. So because tonight, I say tonight. This evening is Friday, which means Train Simulator and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So, I thought for tonight, because it will eventually be night by the time we're done, we'd drive here, which is there. I thought we'd drive here in Utah. So this is the Soldier Summit map, which actually goes from Provo, probably Provo, if it's American, and it goes all the way to Helper, which is over here, the Helper Canyon. You can see Helper Canyon, where there's a yard here. However, this would take too long to drive, so we're going to drive about half of it in one of the sessions. So, right, and again in Utah, USA, so right there. Great, so, shall we switch over? Let's see, is this full screen? Is this the right window? Yeah, Soldier Summit, Utah, USA. Ha! I got it. Utah. Yes, Utah. Yes, yeah. Provo, Utah to Helper, Utah. You see, that map looks very eroded. Well, the mountains are quite canyonous, so it is quite eroded. Yep, archive people, what a shocker, innit? Shadow is doing TS and RCT3 on a Friday? No, it's not. He swapped the slots around. Yes, indeed. So it has worked. So we'll be driving the F40PH, which is the scenario Eastbound Zephyr Part 1, which is, the description is, take the engineer's seat in the California Zephyr between Provo and Helper. Part 1 will have you finish at Gillooly, having been held up by DRGW train 178. Spring session, cloudy, and in the morning. So let's start the session. No, let's start the session. Exactly 1 week ago, actually. Shnays, oh, that one, I remember that one. What one? Oh, the session, right, I remember it as well, of course. Gillooly. Oh, Gillooly. Perhaps it's Gillooly's market. I don't know. I do not know. The scenario, yeah. Okay. The descent in the second part is tricky, I know. But we will not be getting to that because this scenario is an hour long. So we probably, well, we may not be able to finish this scenario even. So we'll be doing part 2 next week. I don't know. Shades, so what do you like about doing train sim routes? You mean driving on train sim routes? Well, for one, I like how realistic it feels to drive the trains. 2, I like the scenery. Because in Train Simulator, the train physics feels so much more realistic. It feels like I'm actually driving a train, rather in trains. Well, in trains it feels, most of the time it feels more like I'm driving a model railway train with a bit more complicated controls, which it basically is, because Trains was originally a model railway simulator. Also, if the sound is too loud or too quiet, please let me know. Good morning, engineer. Once all passengers have boarded here at Provo, you'll be taking the California Zephyr non-stop to help her. Open the doors for passengers before departing. Right. Bit loud, yeah. Loud? Well, yeah. Way too loud. I see. Realistic, though. Okay, then I'll turn it down a bit. Nope. Do not want that at the moment. We can close this thing. That's okay. Let's turn it down to maybe 70, well, 67%. Maybe that's better. Tell me if this is better. Right, so let's open the doors. Is this better? Let's turn the lights on. Let's turn the headlights are already on, I believe. Yes, they are. Right, so this is our train. 2 locomotives, 1 baggage car, and then we've got these superliners, which are 2-story coaches. And we've got an observation car in the middle, I think. Yes, we do. Right here. These actually do also... There is actually a passenger view with these as well. So this is what it looks like in one of those superliner coaches. Quite nice. We can go over here as well to look out that side. And let's get started. All passengers are on board. Proceed to help her where you will make your next passenger stop. Right, so... fair, sure. Right, I'll turn it down a bit. Accidentally updates OBS. That'll do. I see. Yeah, that's better. Stunning cons is this. Yeah, it looks very nice. It does. So let's get started. Put it in notch 1. The horn is also very nice. Listen to this. And so it's got strobe lights on the top for the bell. Right, so we've got a clear with a... Well, it is... I think it's a medium clear. Right, so let's accelerate. We're at the moment in notch 3. Let's accelerate a bit more, notch 4. That should be fine. Faster. Notch 6. Notch 7. Notch 8, or run 8, which is the maximum throttle on most American locomotives. The speed limit at the moment is 50 miles an hour, soon going up to 60, which it is now. So here we are, on our way. You can see the mountains in the distance. There's little... oh, actually 2 Rio Grande locomotives doing, I think, yard work. So at the moment we are in Provo, but we'll shortly be getting into more of the mountainous bit of the route. You can see what it's like if you ride one of these coaches, just looking out the window. We've got a clear signal coming up ahead. which means proceed at track speed, which is at the moment 60 miles an hour, which we're just about coming up on. Quite long trains here, which isn't really a surprise considering this is America. Let's have a nice flyby. There is an extension to this route, which I think goes to Salt Lake City. However, I don't have that. I don't have that extension. Let's just quick save and then I'll re-chat. Well, I might as well keep trundling along. We'll just have to keep an eye on, because I think at the moment it's flat, so and the signal's green, so I can just read a bit of chat. We're not gaining or losing any speed, so that's fine. I just need to occasionally look over. I'll say this once. Don't speed. Ah, well, thank you for your tip. But yes, very nice. Shalace, did Kango show you the diagram of that word, Doc? No, not yet. I haven't asked him about it yet. Look at those mountains in the distance. That looks nice. Hopefully I won't miss any whistleboards. That should be fine. Oh, red and green, what does that mean? I mean, I get that green means go and red means top, but both at the same time? Please elaborate on that, Sharadice. I'm genuinely confused by this strange signalular occurrence, random viewer. Well, if there's a red light... okay, so if there are red lights above any other kind of light, ignore them. They're not there. They're just to indicate that that light is working and that it's not that's not broken, that's not supposed to display some other light. Because if it's displaying red, it just means, okay, this light is working, you can ignore it. Unless everything is red. If everything is red, of course, stop. If there's something red below another color, then you also need to pay attention. But, yeah, for example, in this case, we passed red on top, green below, which actually in this case was green in the middle. It just didn't have that bottom last light. It was actually 3 lights. Like this one, for example, that we're coming up on, has got 3 lights. You can actually no, you can ignore the bottom 2 as well, because, well, actually, yeah, sure, you can ignore them unless if everything is red, stop. If only some of them are red, you can basically ignore them, but pay attention which other lights are not red in which position. So the top light is for track speed itself, which means that you can go at the speed that the track has been designated for, which at this point is 60 miles an hour, which will actually go down to 50 very soon, which is why I'm braking. 1 second, let me just focus on this a little bit. Oh, we've slowed down too much. That's okay. Right. So if the top one's green and the other two are red, that is absolutely fine. I mean, ignore the red ones. They're just telling you that the lights are actually working. If the one at the... Okay, so if the top one is red, that means that the lights at the bottom apply to this signal. If the lights at the top are not red, then that means that that light applies to this signal, but the lights below them apply to the next signal. I know it sounds a bit confusing, and it's been a while since I've learned exactly what the different aspects mean. But for example, like we had just then, before, was a red on top, green on the bottom, which I think is a medium clear. So that means that you can pass this signal at medium speed, and that the next signal block is also clear. Yeah? So you don't have to worry about slowing down at the next signal. However, you can only pass this signal at medium speed, which usually I think is 30 miles an hour. But yeah, the position of the lights and which lights are on tell the driver about the speeds that they are allowed to go at. Not necessarily... well, they tell the driver what condition the block that they're currently about to enter is in, what the block after that is in, but then the rest is they tell the driver about the speed, what speeds they're allowed to go at, and what speeds they should expect to then go at the next signal. So it's actually a bit more similar to German signaling in that regard than British signaling. It's really quite simple if you understand sort of the pattern behind it. There are some great videos on YouTube by Distant Signal that explain CSX signaling, which there are a couple of different varieties of this system in the US. Some of them have different shapes for the lights, others have different speeds. So for example, a green one and then a yellow one at the bottom, which is a green, yellow below would be a... I think that would be a clear medium. Yeah, I think it would be clear medium, which means I think that means go at track speed for the signal, and for the next signal, go at medium speed. For example, those two lights, for example, medium for the CSX might mean 30 miles an hour. For different operator, it might mean 40 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour. So there are varieties in how this system works, but the basics behind it are the same for all of the different operators that I know the signaling of. For example, the PRR used position lights, where it wasn't a colored light that changes color, but rather it was a disc that had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It had 9 lights on it. So it could display either a horizontal bar of lights, so 3 in a row, or diagonal. Actually, it wasn't 9, I think it was 7. I think it was 7. So across, diagonal, or straight. And even though that looks more complicated, it's basically just another way of saying green, yellow, and red. If it's vertical, if it's a vertical line, it means green. If it's diagonal, it means yellow. If it's horizontal, it means, well, red. So the system behind it, what the green, yellow, and red colors mean, is the same in that system as well. Well, roughly, anyway. So specifics like which exact speed medium speed is, or limited speed, or diverging speed, or things like that, can vary between operator. However, the basics behind it are the same. So now I will save and continue to touch. I hope that that has helped you in your question, random viewer. Kangafango, I only say because I told Charles that I had sent them to you if you wanted to see them. If you want to see them, probably. Yeah, I do want to see them. I just didn't ask you because I've been working on my projects, my game. Right. I've actually made quite a lot of progress today. Quite happy about that. Alright. I didn't, but you could send them to him too if you want to see them. Or I could just show him. I think it means GOP, or possibly potentially STO. What? GOP, STO. STO, the only abbreviation STO that I know is Star Trek Online. I see. But why would I need to if he could just ask you and you could send them, being as you've already got them? Nah, that's fine. I will send the diagram to Shadow Dice if you want that, Mr. W. Also, Mr. W, them? I thought it was only one diagram. I don't mind you sending him the book or the diagram, but maybe ask him if he wants it before you do. Otherwise, it's just unwanted stuff that takes up space for him. That is perfectly okay. That's okay. Unless you mean both that and the book. Alright. It's referring to the book as well, yeah. Yeah, sure. Alright. Kangafango, I'll probably make a diagrammatical representations. Me use big boy words of deities in my lore. Oh, so you mean without the apostrophe? In my lore, and take it from my mind onto a Word doc. But I don't know when that'll be. Nice. I think W meant and that Word document, not of, but it's fine. Oh, right. Yeah, I accidentally put anf instead of and. Alright. Shallys, so by the sound of it, it kind of works like an aeroplane, if you know anything about how they work. I don't know much about. I know a bit about the technical side behind aeroplanes and how ramjet engines work and scramjet engines, as well as things like fuel pumps, that sort of stuff. But in terms of how they're flown, I know basically nothing about that. Oh, yeah, I think it's a landing thing. 2 lights, and if you see white, 2 lights, and if you see white, then you're too high and need to go lower to be able to land. If you see red, you're too low and landing too early, and you need to go up quickly. If it's white-red, then you're good to land. Only one thing worse, and that's if you see green, as now you're in the grass and you're extremely low. I see. Is that true for planes in the UK, or is that a national, a worldwide thing? So is it a national thing or is it a worldwide thing? And yeah, I can see how that might be a bit similar. I see. Thank you for that. Very interesting. Did you learn that from FSX or documentary? Hello, Anthony Sarson 2 in a very dark blue color. Welcome. I'm driving from Provo, not all the way to Helper, but half the way because it would take too long otherwise. Hey. Or from a Boeing 747 manual booklet. Shallys, thanks for the explanation. Shallys, GOP and stop and go, green, red. I see. Make Shallys read chat for 1 billion years so the stream never ends. Well, the stream would end. Even if we could all survive me reading chat for 1 billion years, then after those billion years, the stream would still end. If we're talking about never, we're talking about infinity, and infinity is a really very, very big number. If you can imagine, if there's any number you can imagine that is not specifically after infinity, like lowercase omega, for example, then infinity is still bigger. So even 1 billion years, even the amount of years that the universe has existed for, in addition to the years that the universe will exist for, times the total of that, so times itself, would still be nowhere near scratching the surface of how long an infinity of years would be. All of those years would be so incredibly tiny that, in fact, they would be nothing compared to infinity. So, as XD, and 2002, well, it'll still end though in a billion years. Nope, I learned it from a very deep cut, a recording of a very old after dinner speaker at an airplane thing. I'll tell you if I find the CD. It's a comedy thing, and it's called David Gunson. What goes up might come down. You can find it on YouTube, and it's one of the 2 funniest things I've ever heard. Haha. Nice. Is the second one Marx Brothers? Confango, still chat for 1 billion years. Oh, I see. Interesting, thanks. Also, hi Anthony. Hey. XD. 1-4 XD. Sure is. I have a feeling it's at least in the UK, and if I remember rightly, it's worldwide. Right. Shada is infinity is bigger. Or infinity times 2. Well, infinity is not a number, it's an amount. You can have an infinite amount of things. And technically, yeah, if you have infinity times 2, then that is bigger than the single infinity. However, the thing is, we weren't talking about that. I said any number that is below infinity itself. So, the thing is, it's actually a really interesting thing. If you say, okay, I've got infinity, an infinity of numbers. Then you say, okay, well, I've got an infinity of numbers that's twice as big as yours. Then theoretically that makes sense. One infinity is twice as big as the other. However, the moment you define any number, no matter how huge a number, even one Googleplex, that number is in both infinities. You can never get a number that would only be in the second, so in the one that's twice as big, and not in the first one, that's only half as big. Unless you go for a number that is specifically after infinity. However, if you go for a number that's after infinity, then it would also be after infinity times 2. And besides, infinity times 2 doesn't really make that much sense because, again, infinity is an amount, not a number. So, right. I like talking about infinities. The thing is, you don't actually really need to have infinity times 2 to have a bigger infinity. For example, if you say, I've got an infinity of 1s, and if you add them all up together, that number is only half as big as if someone else says, okay, I've got an infinity of 2s. Because that number is then twice as big. Even though they're both, if you define any number in that list, in both infinities. 1, 2, 1, 2, smile, XD. Hey, that should be your chant. Right, nope. The second one is an audience with Billy Connolly. Connolly. Interesting. I have no idea who that is. Oh, there is a train going by my house right now. Ooh, nice. Nice. Good explanation, Paradise. Well, I hope it's a good one. Look at that, the truck's overtaking. Kangafango, are you driving that truck? Truck! Yes! It's me! XD! Oh, I see. It is you. Aha! I think this road is also simulated in American Truck Simulator, if I remember correctly. Ah, look at that, there's another train over there. Coal cars, by the looks of things. Oh, actually, it's mixed freight, it's box cars and one or two gondola. That looks like scrap. Because there is actually a scrap smelters thing on this map, if I remember correctly. If you're in the coach, you can just look out and you can see the other train going by. Very nice. However, I need to keep an eye out for the signal that's back there, and it is green, so that's good. Right. Shadowdice, being as you seem to be interested in mathematical stuff, do you know what it means if there's an exclamation mark after the number? That it's an important number? No, sorry, I don't. I know what it means in code. I mean, I know what it means if there's an exclamation mark before a statement in code, which inverts that statement. I don't know what that is. I think you've told me before, but I think I've forgotten. The white Kenny W900 XD transporting fruit. Yeah, sure, fruit. No, probably, yeah, that's true. Also, I have mentioned Billy Connolly to you before, but it was a while back. Yeah, I still don't know who he is. Sorry. Now we're getting to the mountains. You know, in this state, they unearthed the fossilized remains of a dinosaur. It was a raptor. Very, very big raptor. And in fact, I think the biggest species of raptor that has ever been discovered. And can you guess what they named it? They got a really, really very creative name. They give it a really creative name. It was discovered in Utah, and as Kangafango said, they named it the Utah Raptor. Which, yes, it does have a nice ring to it, but it's quite creative, isn't it? Let's see. I would like to get a picture of the train in the sun if I can. However, something like this might also be quite nice. Well, I would like to have the mountains in the background. Or something like this, maybe. Let's just get one more. Maybe from... not from the bushes. Maybe like this. That could be a nice one. Anyway. Right. Nope. Gotta get them to help her, and quick! Read the truck. Ah. I heard it means factorial. I gotta go. I will be back in about half an hour. Ah. Well, good off time to you then. See ya, bye. Let me guess, Utahraptor Shadowdice? XD. Wait! Velociraptor! That was actually Dromaeosaurus, I think. XD, no. I shall explain in terms of the amount of combinations in the pack of cards. 52! Exclamation mark. 52! Exclamation mark means 52 times 51 times 52. Oh, right, so it gets multiplied by itself, by the previous multiplication number, minus 1, until you're presumably at 0. But if you get all the way to 0, then the number would be 0, no matter how many multiplications there were in front of it. So presumably until you get to 1. Interesting that. I did not know that. But that seems very useful. Provoraptor. That sounds good, doesn't it? Provoraptor. A bit like Concavenator, I think. From the sort of sound of it. Yes, I've heard that before. Not 100% sure myself, but I have heard that that's what it means. Tyrannosaurus Rex, as in Texas. Oh, Tyrannosaurus Tex, as in Texas. Haha. Tyrannosaurus means tyrant lizard, and Rex, of course, means king. So, the tyrant lizard king is the... And yeah, factorial is the word. It is then. Kano, Texas. Texasuchus. Texasuchus. You can see the clouds up there. I would like to go on this train ride in real life as well. Just a nice little compartment. It might actually be nice to have. Is there someone else there? I'm just someone else traveling in the same compartment. Can have some nice conversation, maybe. Or just watching the scenery go by. Or if you're over here, you can watch the scenery go by and the river go by. Signal is clear, that's good. Also here, you can go up to the side. You can see the staircase down, because this locomotive actually also has a door in the... What is it? A door in the front? No. No, it doesn't. So then that just goes... Oh, so that then just goes down to the toilet there. Because it doesn't have a door in the front, actually. Interesting. Usually it goes down to the toilet and to the door in the front. This one doesn't have one, apparently. Let's just quick save. And now we've begun the climb. At the moment we're going up a 1% grade. So you can hear that I'm having to put the locomotive into quite a high gear to be able to keep up speed. You can hear the wheel flanges. Okay, and it's at the moment it's leveled out a little bit to 0.5% grade. Hello, train. Which means that I will reduce the throttle quite a bit, because otherwise we'll speed. You can see there's a bit of super elevation here, which means that the train is tilted because the tracks are a bit tilted. Let's just idle it for now. Because there's a 40 coming up. And now we're on a 1.4% grade. Which should prove to be interesting. Okay, now we're at 40. So now I need to watch out that we don't lose too much more speed. Okay, that seems to have worked, so that's good. This is really quite nice, isn't it? And I'm not even speeding yet. Nice river down there. Mountains. What mark do you want? Oh, is there a tunnel up ahead? Ooh, I think there is. How did you know I wanted a tunnel? I'll reach that soon. Oh, and the grade has flattened out, which means that I need to be wary of breaking the speed limit because, well, it's a 0% grade at the moment, which means we're flat. I can turn the lights, the interior lights on in the tunnel, which I think they look quite nice. They're orange, as I'm sure you can see. Ah, and there's another train up there. I'll reach out at the next signal. The next signal is 0.7 miles away, so not that far. Look, this other train carries on behind the bend. I mean, this train's got to be at least a mile long. At least, I would say. And that signal is clear, so that's good. Also, when this route is set, they still use cabooses. See one at the end of the train there. Right, so let's save. And then rechat. Cargo transporting fruits in the truck. Yep, the fruits didn't have an exclamation mark on them. It was a tad strange. But I've loaded the crates anyway. Shadows, multiply it by the number before it until you get to 1. Yeah. Carried them in, put them all inside, shut the door, started her up, and got going. I've made the joke before, but I'll make it again as I love it. I don't trust any nouns that sound like verbs. How does one Wyome? Referring to Wyoming. Yeah. One Wyomes by living in Wyoming. You see, Shadows, oh yeah, like a conversation dialogue mod. No, I meant in real life. Going on this trip in real life, and just another traveler being there, and just maybe if they want to having a conversation while looking out at the scenery. I mean, I've done that when I went to Germany, and that was quite nice. Of course, if they don't want to, then that's fine as well. Right. Or passenger mode. V'ger. Yes, hello, V'ger. For me, you're the same red as Mr. W. Hey! Fun fact, Wyoming is actually the state SCS are working on now for ATS, releasing in the next few months, probably. Mr. W. And they're also working on Texas, which, another fun fact, is bigger than Spain and Portugal combined. True, but not their empires at the height of their power. I don't know, but it feels weird to me to do your business on the front of a moving loco. Well, where else would you want to do it? Would you want to do it behind the cab, where the engines are that are very, very loud? Right. It jumped down. So, when I was at a rest stop 3 miles out of Shadows right now, I couldn't bear the mystery anymore. Hey, V'ger. Okay, I think I get what you mean. I shut down the engine, got out, walked to the back, opened the doors, and one of the crates. A smell hit me. It turns out the oranges I was delivering were dried up. That's why it didn't have an expiration date. So I shrugged it off and got going again. After a lot of troubleshooting, I found out that shunt resistor temp sensor was faulty and did not trigger the auto disconnect. Alright, for your system. I see. What did you think I meant, XT? It does seem weird, but it is quite an intuitive design, I think, V'ger. V'ger, re-toilet in the front. I don't know, but I assume you meant American Truck Simulator, and SCS was the company that made them? Yes. It's a bit too loud on the outside when you're right near the front. True, but the inside, I want the volume to be good from the inside, so yes, you will have to bear with that if that's okay. Ah yes, I did mean that. Besides, I'm mostly in the inside anyway. True, but in the inside it's fine, I'd say. It's orange? They look warm white. Worn white. Oh, you mean the lights? Ah, the lights. I mean more of an orangey color. Instead of just a cold red. Bareback. Sure thing. Good to hear, V'ger, that you found it out. Back. Long train. Yes, hey. Hello. The Henslow. I replaced it, and now as soon as it detects the critical temperature, it instantly disconnects. Great! Expiration date, not exclamation mark. Aye, she's been miserable all day. My mistake. Oh, hope her spirits fly off soon. Wait, what? Her spirits fly off soon? Conversations dialogue mod. I see, another thing to distract you from driving. True. We just, although technically I already have this with chat. We just purple for me. We are imposter. Wait, we're red. So does that mean we're suspicious? Wait, Texas is bigger than 2 countries combined? Gee whiz. Well, it is very big. North America is very big. I'm not sus. Maybe you. What, me? No, of course, I'm not suspicious. US states are big, generally. Texas is the second biggest state. How about Rhode Island? Is Rhode Island big? First being Alaska, yes. Fun fact, Alaska is actually a Russian word for, I think, peninsula, or meaning with water on the sides, land with water on the sides. Because originally, Alaska had been colonized by the Russians first, and then America bought them off of the Russians for a very small amount of money, right before gold was found there. But they kept the name Alaska. A lot of them are bigger than the UK, aren't they? Sus is another expression that belongs right in the simple English language. True. Yeah, fair. Ah well. For the record, that shunt resistor is a 10-to-1. That means 10V equals 1A. So volts and amps, probably? Not that well versed with electronics. Shanice, don't know if that was intentional, but I love the way you pronounced miserable. I think it was intentional. I mean, is it really too much effort to type 7 more letters? Yeah, ah well, correct info there. I mean, I get that it's become funny and all, but still, I don't get why it was shortened. No, but it's become a meme, I guess, and if you're very pressed for time and typing on a small screen, and so more chance for making mistakes. Yeah, true. I guess it's urban speak that we just don't have an insight in. A shunt resistor is a current sensing resistor. So is shunt, is that, because you always have it capitalized, is that an abbreviation for something? Fair, but I think that it'll take a lot of people only type the I think it'll make a lot of people only type the abbreviation even if they're not pressed the time. Most common one is a 1-to-1 one, where 1V equals 1A. So does V stand for volts and A for amperage? No, it's not how I type it. Okay, I'm gonna need to continue driving because... Oh, we've got 4 minutes left. Ha! That's about 7 miles away, and that's 17 miles away. I guess I must have spent about half the stream reading chat. Huh. Right. Ooh, don't want to slow down. And we're only just getting started with the mountainous bit. It'll get much tighter later on, much narrower. I think there are fireworks going on outside. I can't see them, but I can hear them. Right, so what do you want to do? So the next marker I need to go via is in about 5 miles. I'm supposed to be there 8 minutes. This one, which is the one I'm going to, is about just under, just over 15 miles actually. And I'm supposed to be there in, let's see, that's 27, I think 28 minutes. Is that right? 28? It's 27, 8, yeah, 28 minutes. And that's without reading chat in between, so yeah. I kind of miss having the 2-hour train sim stream from last time. I think I've already gotten used to it. Oh, I thought there was a crossing here. Apparently there wasn't a crossing here. Tell you what, let's get to the marker. So the one that's in just under 4.5 miles. It shouldn't take that long to get there. And then we can switch to the other game. Because I don't want to take away too much from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. That's a bit of a graphical bug there. I think that it's only because I'm running this on Mac via virtual machine or something like that. I'm having these issues. It's not natively running on Windows. It's the same thing with the Woodhead line and a lot of the German lines and the 5 circle line as well. I think it's 5 circle. 5 circle line. You can see how it's getting much narrower as we get further up the canyon. And it's also getting steeper because at the moment we're going up a 1.8% grade, which means that in notch 8, run 8, so full throttle, I'm just about keeping it steady at 36.3 miles an hour, and it's not actually accelerating past this point. Look at how pretty it looks. Well, not that thing back there, but over here it looks pretty. We've just got about 3 miles to go until we get to the go via marker. If I could move further over to the window, get a bit of a better view here, but I think it's still a nice view. Going down to 30 soon. Which is sort of just after that signal, so I'm gonna actually put it in, so I'm actually gonna coast now, so just let it roll along. Put a little bit of power on now. Okay, now we're at 30, So now I'll put the throttle back on. Holding at 75%. Well, I'll let you know, accelerating a bit. You can see what I meant by get narrower. Just kind of switching between notch 4 and 5. Because 5 is a little bit... Well, 4 is a little bit too little to keep us going. So to keep the speed steady, and 5 is a little bit too much. So we're accelerating, so not actually keeping still, to have to kind of switch between them occasionally. So let's keep our speed somewhat constant. So yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. They're missing a pylon. This pylon, because probably the pylons in this pylon, they've merged the splines here, but they did it. Oh no, I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't lose any points. Haha. Yeah, but they're missing a pylon there. We've also got quite a long train. Okay, we've got 1 mile to go to that marker, and then we can decide what we'll do. I mean, for example, I would like to finish this scenario. I would like to finish it. We'd need another 20 minutes. So, Mr. W, would you, and Kango Fango, Vija, anybody who's watching, would you be okay with extending this train simulator stream 20 minutes, and then finishing the Roller Coaster Tycoon stream 20 minutes later? So instead of finishing at 10, we'd finish at probably about 10:30. Would that be okay with everybody watching? Or if you would... I mean, I don't want you to miss out on the Roller Coaster stream if you have to go at a certain time. Let me save. I've asked you this, and now I'll re-chat once I'm at the marker. So what do you think of this route so far? Do you like it? Okay, now we can get up to 55 miles an hour, so full throttle, of course. Signal is clear. There's a whistle board coming up, so I have to actually whistle now. If there's a crossing somewhere in the distance. Oh hey, King Franco, is that the rest stop that you stopped at? Over there. Is that it? We'll get back down to 40 soon. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's another truck. Oh, nice. Right. So the 40 is there. Okay, gonna idle it. Probably gonna need a little bit of brake to slow us down in time. Yeah, let's put the brake on to 20%. Just to help oh, let's do 34%. Just to help slow us down a little bit. Okay, that's enough. And we've gone past the mark, so I'll re-chat. Alright, alright. King Franco fair, but hopefully they'd be taking each other talking to each other more than typing to each other. It's how I type it. Oh, right. No, it's how I type it. Oh, I see. Suspicious? What does that mean? Be too long for my liking. It means sus. Oh, that's weird. It's scary. True. Ah, crap. Oh, did you break something? No, that's probably when I told you that this would take a little bit longer. Very true. Ah, crumbs, and double crud. Trace, do as you wish. However, if you do stretch TS into overtime, RCT3 will suffer, time-wise anyways. Me and my girlfriend are currently switching the overload protection from temperature sensing to current timer sensing. Ah, interesting. And you're listening to the stream while you're doing that? That seems slightly dangerous. Oh, what's Gannon on there? Oh, probably going on there. Trace, the 5 circle, yeah, that in Clinchfield, or Clinchfield, whatever. Well, no, RC3 should still have an hour. 210, nice. 210, nice. I wish you both good luck with that V'ger. Me too. XD, missing a pylon, yeah. Yeah, knock yourself out, I don't mind. Yes, Jedi's. Knock his shelf out? But then it'll break. True. It looks really nice, yeah. I have no comment on your statement aside from this. This? Yes. And I said it like that because I knew Shreders would say, but what you just said is technically a comment. Yes, and now that statement is now technically a comment. And you didn't say this statement and this statement. So, well, yeah, I get it. Alright, true. Shreders, yes. That's it. Miscalculated the miles a bit, but that's it. I've now gone past it. 6 miles ahead of y'all now. Ah, I see. Then I shall need to step on the throttle, as it were. Shredder's Gannon's dialect for going, I'm gannon down to the town, means I'm going down to the town. Oh, I see. Where's that dialect from? It looks like he's got steel loaded. Like I said before, I think it's steel tubes or beams. Pipes, maybe. Need a little bit more speed. Oh, and scrap. Then going up to 45 in half a mile. I didn't miss a a crossing sign, did I? Whistle sign? I don't think I did. No, that's okay. I didn't, that's okay. Right, so there is the speed board. And there's the signal, it is green, so we can continue accelerating to 45 once we've passed it completely, which we've passed about 1/3 of it so far. 1/3 of our train's currently past it, I think. That's a better way of putting that. There we go, now we can accelerate. Another digger. I've seen a couple of these on this line. Oh, look at that, the cars. They're just falling in the pit that the digger's digging. Let me save. I know you wouldn't really stop me, but still. Right. So what? Okay. Alright. Oh, I can change these. Well, I can put the sun blinds down if I want to. Ha! Now I'm overtaking the traffic. Haha! That's always an accomplishment in games like this when you're... Also in Euro Truck and things like that, when you're driving so fast you can overtake the traffic. Well, at least it used to be, but now... in Euro Truck Simulator 1 it was quite difficult, at least with the starter trucks that you had, to overtake the traffic. Same in Bus Driver as well. Back then we weren't really... Well, I wasn't really paying that much attention to speed limits. Going down to 35 soon. What's the next signal at? Green. Good, which is clear. By the way, so if there's so these signals over here that only have one head actually display the exact same aspect as if it had 2 heads or 3 heads. It just assumes that the other 2 are red if they're not being displayed. So there could be a temporary speed reduction coming up, which would mean that maybe it's a clear medium, perhaps, but we just don't know. We just have to assume that it's only a clear. We've slowed down in time for the 35, so that is good. It might actually be nice driving the Genesis loco from the Miami line on this, the Amtrak one. Because they do actually drive on here in real life. It might fit quite well, actually. Just quick save. And now we'll re-chat. Ta-da! Chinese. Alright, that's already. British regional dialect, I believe. Crabs, crumbs, and double crud. Sounds like a course by course degrading meal. Crab. Oh, thank you. Very tasty. I don't think so, but that's fine. Okay. Crumbs. Well, it's not a big deal, but it's edible. Double crud. I mean, it sounds like a delicious chocolate dish, but I'm not sure I want to risk it. Yeah. Brilliant. True. The Bloody Vampire Chronicles, issue number 56. Bloodier and Bloodier. XDDD, those cars, ha! It's like, tra la la, just driving along. XD, bus driver didn't have speed limit penalties. ETS1 did. True. Unless you turn the fences off. We might as well read chat. Trace, what if some lights on the signal are broken and only the green shows? Well, then you have to assume the most restricting aspect. So that's why they glow. That's why the lights are on as red, because that tells you, okay, this light isn't broken. It is working. It's displaying red, but you can ignore it. Unless they're all red. If they're all red, then of course you don't ignore them, because that is dangerous. So, yeah. If it's broken, you have to assume the most restricting aspect, which in case of if the signal head is, if it's just one signal head and that signal head is broken, then you have to assume it's red and stop. Which signals are generally built in that way, so that if a thing breaks, the aspect it's displaying, the thing it's telling the driver, is more restrictive than what it would tell the driver if it were working. So for example, with the old searchlight signals that had a motor with a wheel that turned to switch bits of colored glass in front of the lens to color the light, if that motor breaks, it's designed so that gravity pulls it back into the state so that red shows. Right. Shows. Oh, that one. Yeah, I think the standalone version of the GP42 Genesis does feature scenarios for this. However, I'm not sure. Oh, reading chat. Happy T-Rex noises. Oh, well then go ahead. Shreddy's not a big meal. Not deal, but yeah. Shreddy's in ETS1, you could turn offenses off. Yeah, you could in the settings. Shreddy's, yeah, but what if 2 are green and 1 is broken? Well, if 2 are green, then it means... Actually, I'm not sure if 2 can be green. Actually, no, not sure. I'm not completely sure about those aspects. But if the bottom one's broken, then you would have to assume what is the most restricting aspect that could possibly display, and then assume that it's displaying that. Rah. There it is. I have no idea. You have no ideas? Oh, well, it's a terrible thing. Your ideas are generally quite good, so it's a terrible thing that you don't have any. Alright, fair enough, Jedi's. Yeah, it's also quite safe. Right, so we're just over 5.5 miles away from our final destination for today. Ooh, ideas are back! Oh, did an idea fly into your ear? Not funnel, because that's a towards the tank engine thing, but no, into your ear, maybe? Or did one touch your nose? Right, so speed limit is going up to 45 here. 35 for freight trains, 45 for passenger trains, which this is a passenger train. So we've got the 45 once the train is past it. And then we're good to go. Just in case. Not sure if that will actually be such a good thumbnail, but it might be. 30 coming up. One thing in this is that, actually no, I think it's only with the right kind of clouds. No, it is this. You can see that the clouds actually do have shadows. You can see in this area, the shadows, that's much lighter than in those areas. So they actually do have shadows, which is quite interesting. It is quite cloudy, so there are a lot of shadows. But it is something quite nice. You don't really notice it that much when driving. However, it does make it feel more realistic. And if you do notice it, then, well, you've got that. And also these clouds are 3D, by the way. These clouds here. It's not just a skybox, they're actually 3D clouds. Right, so going down to 30 now. Need to apply a bit more brake. And by that I mean any whatsoever. Okay, now release the brake. And good, we've slowed down properly. Just about 3 3/4 miles to go. Also, you can turn around 360 degrees in this loco, which is very, very nice. Oh, I really like this. There are some sidings that aren't used anymore. They've got grass and things on them. I really, really like that. It just adds history to the place. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum, or whatever the melody is. Not pond, just the actual melody. I have to remember to zoom out of the view. There we go. Did you get the reference about the melody? Oh look, the road is going down there because it went over the bridge previously, and now it's down there. Interesting. Oh, and that's a crossing. That's a quite steep bit of road there. Look at that! Look at how steep this road is. That is quite interesting. Oh, now I'm speeding because I didn't pay attention. Well, I lost 12 points. You have distracted me with your weirdly steep roads. At the moment we're going up 1.9% grade, which is really quite steep. There are also sessions in the snow for this route, which are really quite difficult. I've tried it a couple of times, and it's a freight train. You have to stop somewhere and then decouple something, and then because you run into trouble and stuff like that, it is a quite difficult scenario because you do tend to get a lot of wheel slip, and then you're late, and then all that sort of stuff. I don't think I've actually completed that yet. Just over 2 miles away now from our destination. And we're almost in time. By the way, in case you were wondering, this thing down here, this one, that's the throttle, it's currently in notch 6. The one below it, that is the reverser, it's currently in forward. That is the dynamic brake, which uses the locomotive's traction engine, traction motors, electric traction motors, to slow the train down, which is more effective at higher speeds. That's the horn, those are the brakes, that's the train brake, and below it is the independent brake, which is, or auto brake and train brake. Auto brake and loco brake, sorry. Yeah, loco brake. Bell, I'm not sure where that is. Oh, it's this one, of course, the big one. And then Sander is this one, probably. Yeah, Sander. Oh, I thought I could open the window for a second, but no. Ah, look at that, you can see the train back there. Well, if the hill wasn't in the way. Okay, let's read chat. Okay, let's see. Funnel? Oh! Nah, I touched my chin for some reason, and it was just gone. Oh, never mind, that was just my hand. Haha. Try this. Oh, cinematic shots, lovely. Oh, quite impressive this. Clouds and their shadows. Any whatsoever? Any whatsoever. Oh, ooh, I love the 360 ones. Ooh, Melody Pond. I only just now got that. 2 secs. If you'd read chat, you'd know. Melody Pond. Sounds like a fantasy RPG location. Could be, yeah. It's a character in Doctor Who. Oh yeah, quite important character. At least in reboot Doctor Who. River Song, aka Melody Pond. Probably the other way around, actually. It's the Wow Road. That is Wow Steep Road. Oh my. Oh, you're what? Shalace, that steep road was a ploy by Dr. Games to bag their players' points. Joking, of course. Just Jossen. Jossen? A theory. Shalace's next time reading chat will be when he's reached the destination. Who agrees? Raise his hand. No, it would have been, but I had read that message, and so I decided to read chat ahead of time. But yes, it would have been. Nah, was wrong. Disregard. You sound like Daleks, like disregard. Could you viper us, Jedi's? I don't have any snakes, sorry. Jedi's other way around, yeah. Jedi's Jossen, not Jossen. Jossen, not Jossen. Josen. Oh, right, Jedi's, I would have been right after all. Daleks, yeah, true. Disregardinate. Jossen, Jedi's. Oh, Joshing. Oh, Jossen. Oh, right, joshing. Because of joking, joshing. Ah, I see. There you go. There's your Viper. Ah, flashing yellow. And it's the top head, so it's in the middle. So it's at the very top, which means there's no heads above it. Flashing yellow means that the next one's yellow and the one after that is red. With some signals, with some systems, it's also if the top head and the middle head are both yellow, that also means that it's basically, and it's an advanced approach is the title for that aspect. Not advanced approach, not advanced approach, but advanced approach, which means first you need to advance, and then the next signal is at approach. So advance approach. The next signal, a single yellow, so just one yellow, not flashing or anything, that is just an approach signal. You see, approaching a red. Now that looks nice, that curve. Oh, and there are the trucks down there. Don't worry, I'm not keeping these screenshots, I'm just taking them so I have more opportunities to get a good thumbnail. Because originally, I was taking the thumbnails right out of the stream, just copying the frame out, but that means it has Twitch's compression on it, and it's got the chat and my face cam on it, so it's actually, I found, better if you don't do it. Oh, look at that train. You can see one end is here, and the other end is all the way up there. At least I think that's the same train. No, actually it's not. No, because this one's moving, that one's not moving. How long is this train then? I mean, it is still very long, but it's not quite as long as I thought it was. It's still very long though. Okay, so we've got just under half a mile to go. We need to stop over back there around the bend. The thing is, there are 4-mile-long trains in the US and in Canada. And in, I think, Australia, they have... Is it Australia or is it Africa? I think it's Australia. They have 8-mile-long iron trains that just go through the desert. And that is really very impressive. Just want to quickly see what the signals said. It should be yellow, but I have a feeling it might be red. There's the caboose. Yeah, see, it's red. I must have missed the single yellow one. So let's just start slowing down a little bit, not too much. Actually, let's quick save, because I don't want to fail the scenario now by driving through that one and then having a save game. Haha. So we just need to stop here ahead of the signal, and then that'll be that. That will be that, indeed. Okay, now stop. Great! Maybe apply the brakes a little bit more, just in case, because we are on a grade. So, there we go. That's the scenario. You can see they've widened the tracks here. Oh look! They did the exact same thing that I did. In Transport Fever, they added a third track to the grade, because trains going uphill, freight trains are going to be much slower than passenger trains. Look at that. And then up here, it goes back down to 2 tracks. At least I think that that's the reasoning behind this. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make much sense, unless just for in case of breakdown. So, dispatcher, engineer DRGW5378 is running slow ahead of you. I think he's stopped is the correct word. He's right there. Hold at this signal until you are clear to proceed. Scenario complete. Hey, that rhymed. So, now let's see how I did. I think I'm got either silver or gold, I'd say. Ah, gold! Yeah, I only lost a couple of points due to speeding, and I was a little bit late for those. However, this is quite a forgiving scenario, I'd say, so yeah, nice. I only had silver before on that one. I'm happy with that. Happy with the route as well. So, now let us close the stream, and then, oh, I'll read chat, and then I'll start the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 stream. Right, so switch over, there we go. Da 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 da. Miss WXD, yeah. Yeah, I see. Rhymey-wimey. Yeah, timey-wimey, rhymey-wimey. Nice, thanks, Joe King, UK. XD, perfect stand-up comedian name. Joking. Joking, joke compilation. OMG, so funny, featuring Just In Case. Yeah. They don't usually let him go on stage. They just have him there if something goes wrong. I know that you were thinking that I was going to say just in case, because of just in case, but that joke has already been made. You were thinking it in your head, so I decided not to say it. Right. I have a feeling quite a few people wouldn't get the joke. Joke? I don't know why I feel that. I just do. Track. The word pun of Joe King. Ah. Yeah, if they'd read it out in their mind or IRL, they would get it, I'd say. Trace, that would have been wow surprising. Wowzer prizing. Really huge terrain. Yeah, they'd probably get it out loud. Trace, pretty sure it's in AU. Not Australia. Steam locomotive, surprised. Shovel me cinders. Yay! Great. Maybe apply the brakes. We are on a grate. Yeah, swapped, I see. Shadows. DRGW. Denver Rio Grande Western. True. So this one was a two-parter? Yes. Yep. Yay! The second part is from Here to Help Utah. Yes, so the first part is basically going uphill. The second part is going a little bit uphill and then going downhill. It's all downhill from there. Right. Gold, yay! Gold! RCT! Oh, well, it's a bit late for tea time, don't you think? Tree! Oh yeah, I also see a tree. You can see them right there. Also, if I look out there are trees there. But yeah. I decided not to say that. Paradise. Kangfanga, on a similar vein, Justin Credible is the name of a wrestler. Wrestling's very weird sometimes. Yeah, well, a lot of these people, performers in general, take stage names. So, for example, Justin Credible could very easily, is actually likely to be their stage name. I think Marilyn Monroe may be a stage name, although maybe not. I know that, what's her name? Actress in, I think, the 50s, 60s. She played in Move Over Darling, I think. She was using a stage name. I think something to do with a flower. I'm not sure what it was. No, Doris Day. I'm not sure why flower. No, Doris Day is a stage name. The actress's stage name is not actually a real name. Right. So, right. Miss W. Oh, right. I'm guessing it's an artist's name or not a birth name. You've got two above that. Oh, did I? Sorry. Thanks. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Tree. Thanksies, not. Oh, thanksy, not thanksies this time. Oh, why do you only get one? Because I went overtime. But yeah. Okay. Kagafago, I would assume a stage name, yeah. Although there was a wrestler whose real name was Richard Blood, but the higher-ups decided that that name wasn't good enough, so they changed it to Ricky Steamboat. Okay. Doris Day, Charles. Yep. Marilyn Monroe is a stage name too. Yeah. Oh well. Like Ricky Steamboat, like Jerry Canoe or William Jetski. Oh, I see. Aw. Sure, Shadows. Have another thanksy. Oh, thanks. Right, so I'll be with you shortly. Just quickly end the stream. Then we'll be back with the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, if I've counted right. And bye. Bye. And another thank you for the stream. No, thank you for being here. Thank you for the stream. Yes, bye. Yes.